Welcome back to History Unveiled. I'm Alex.
And I'm Jordan. Today we're exploring the roles of AIPAC, neoconservatives, and Christian Zionists in building support for the Iraq War in 2003.
John Mearsheimer and Stephen Walt argue that AIPAC's involvement in the push for the Iraq invasion was both central and indisputable.
Wow, that's right. But it's essential to recognize that another influential group, the neoconservatives, was also pushing for war, dating back to the Reagan and Bush senior administrations.
Initially, Israel, under Ariel Sharon, was skeptical about invading Iraq, preferring action against Iran. However, Sharon soon recognized that Iraq was a stepping stone.
By August 2002, Sharon was warning that Iraq posed the greatest danger to Israel, urging the U.S. to act before Saddam could enhance his weapons program.
While prominent Israeli figures like Benjamin Netanyahu and Shimon Peres were vocal advocates for the invasion, framing Saddam as a significant threat akin to bin Laden. Netanyahu even wrote op-eds in major publications arguing for the urgent need to dismantle Saddam's regime, while Peres echoed similar sentiments on CNN.
AIPAC amplified these messages, with its CEO Howard Kohr claiming lobbying for war was one of their greatest successes.
They published a briefing book for Congress, arguing that as long as Saddam was in power, any containment would be temporary, leading to future crises.
Wow, AIPAC's Near East report even hinted at unfounded connections between Saddam and the 9/11 attacks, despite the 9/11 Commission later debunking these claims.
Representative James Moran's comments about Jewish support for the war highlighted the lobby's influence, although he faced backlash for his remarks.
AIPAC's influence must be viewed alongside the neoconservatives, who had been advocating for military action against Iraq since the early 1990s.
While figures like Dick Cheney and Donald Rumsfeld were key players in shaping Bush's Middle East policy, often aligning with AIPAC's interests.
The coalition of neocons and AIPAC created a powerful voice that pushed for the invasion, framing it as essential for both U.S. security and Israel's safety.
Despite a lack of evidence for weapons of mass destruction, this coalition maintained its narrative, leading to the infamous open letter to President Bush advocating for war.
Wow, the neoconservative vision extended beyond Iraq. They aimed to reshape the entire Middle East, rejecting notions of Palestinian statehood and promoting a greater Israel.
This aggressive stance prompted little dissent within the American establishment, despite the potential consequences of such policies.
The invasion of Iraq led to catastrophic outcomes, civil war, state collapse, and the rise of ISIS, with AIPAC and its allies playing a significant role in making it possible.
While the American Jewish community largely opposed the war, but many organizations were co-opted by pro-Israel sentiments, lacking a platform to voice dissent.
Once the war began and casualties mounted, AIPAC faced challenges in balancing its initial enthusiasm with growing public opposition.
This tension was evident at AIPAC's 2003 convention, where the lobby had to carefully manage its image as the realities of war unfolded.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope this discussion shed light on the complex interplay of lobbying and foreign policy during the lead-up to the Iraq War.
Be sure to tune in next time on History Unveiled as we continue to explore the historical events that shape our world. See you next time.